with that said about Rand Paul, I almost want to do it. Although it is also fun to watch Megyn Kelly now dress down Rand Paul. Here's Megyn Kelly from Fox News dressing down Rand Paul, teaching him how to behave properly on TV.
Clip, Senator, what do you think now?
You know, I think that interviews are difficult. Like right now, while we're doing this interview, I can't see you. You know, I'm in a remote, by a remote camera in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And when an interview is contentious and when an interview is full of a lot of opinion and editorializing, and it's a long-winded question that's setting you up to say, well, you know, you've been beating your wife all of these years, and when are you going to stop beating your wife? It's very difficult in those contentious interviews. And you can also see, I don't think it makes for good TV on both sides. And I do lose my cool, and I do lose my temper sometime, and I should be better at that. But the thing is, you don't get any visual clues, and it's much harder to have. I think usually when you're sitting down with someone, it's easier to have a reasonable conversation. But you've watched TV. You see TV where it's just yelling back and forth, and I don't think people like that necessarily. But, you know, I wasn't the one starting the contention.
Those women were not yelling at you. They were not yelling at you.
Well, I wasn't yelling at them either. Basically, it was a talking over each other kind of thing. And
but do you regret
I don't think it makes for good TV.
Do you regret it? Do you regret
well, I don't think
shushing the one reporter and jumping in? I mean, Savannah Guthrie is not exactly known for her, you know, aggressive unfairness.
Right. I think the question was unfair. Do I think that I responded appropriately? You know, I would rather not have contentious interviews. I'd rather do 30 minutes with Charlie Rose, laid back in a evening, you know, in a lazy boy chair.
But we only get a few minutes with you, so we got to get in, we got to get out. Like right now, I've got 8 minutes with you. There's not a lot of time for niceties. You know, we got to. You understand the position that the reporters are in, and the question. I'm going to get to the woman thing in a minute, but the question some people are asking about you is whether you're ready for prime time, because it's only going to get worse. You know it's only going to get worse. It's going to get more contentious. When you get up on that stage for those presidential debates, you're going to get pounded. It's going to be ugly. That's the way the process works now. And folks, and you told Hannity last night you can't get overly emotional. Did you get overly emotional?
But
I think we may have to play that music behind Rand Paul all the time. Because you know what? I'll tell you something. You know what? Yeah, you know what? You know what? I'll tell you something. That music, the reason why it works with Rand Paul so much, I think, is because deep down, the subtext of everything he's saying is some type of whine about how he, as a white guy, is being maligned. Right? It's just like, you don't understand how much we've lost. We used to be in control of everything. And now, like, look at you talking to me this way. There's a...
And then they allowed black people to start voting. And now your daughter could even date one of them. And it's not even appropriate to say, oh, my God, that's terrifying. He's going to rob my home.
You have no control over your own lunch counter.
You can't refuse to serve people Haagen-Dazs ice cream anymore. And now I've got some women yipping in my face every time I go on TV. Dad told me I could be president. He told me I had to bank on some uppity women insulting me every 5 seconds just for saying a different thing than what I said 5 minutes ago. It's so unfair. He's so emo about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
totally
Can
emo.
I just lie without being bothered?
Totally emo.